What's up, everyone? Post Christmas, Happy New Year, and all of that stuff. Today, we're going to talk about the kidneys again because apparently, the more consultations I do, the more people are running into kidney problems doing carnivore, especially. I wanted to talk about this because a guy emailed me, I think it was on Instagram. I was like, I get so many of these emails, I get so many of these direct messages, I get so many clients that talk about this. I'm going to do another video. So let's pull up what he said, or I'll show you guys, and then I'm going to talk about it. Bam. Okay, so I cut off his name because I don't want anybody to see his social media. But it's really nice to see, in somebody else's words, say, "Hi, I don't know if you've read this, but I think I have hydronephrosis, swelling of the kidneys due to uric acid from eating too much protein, people on carnivore. It's been now 6 months and my kidneys are hurting, especially at night, mornings, and when twisting my body. I would just ask how low I can go in protein for a day. I'm a male." Let's talk about this, people. Let's talk about it. Okay, here's the problem. And I feel like a broken record because I keep saying this stuff over and over again. A lot of you guys have poor kidney function. The little tubules that make up your liver and your kidneys have to filtrate a lot of all the junk that we put on our skin. It's not just what you're eating, it's also what you put on your skin. We are so toxic. People are like, "I'm not stressed." I'm like, no. Stress manifests in a gazillion different ways, including tap water, bottled water in plastic freaking containers, the air we breathe. Should I stop breathing? No, but you need to start detoxifying and minding your detoxification pathways, right? Your liver, your kidney, your colon, your gallbladder, and your pooping system, your breathing system. A lot of you guys don't breathe properly, but I digress. When it comes to the protein, a lot of people still don't understand this very simple concept. In nature, they would never just gorge on pounds of meat every day if you're a hunter-gatherer. So they were smarter than that. They were like lions. They would always want to go and eat you from nose or head to tail, all the organ meats first, because you're going to get zinc, copper, chromium, selenium, manganese, iron, like a multitude of healthy things. Vitamin C, you're going to get vitamin D, E, A, and K. You're going to get K1, K2. You're going to get uh, freaking like retinol, and you're going to get protein, amino acids, like iron, just all these different things you get in organ meats. Whereas with muscle meats, you're going to be limited to a lot of these minerals. You're going to get some potassium. You are in some muscle meats. But the reality is that people will go do a carnivore diet, and this is something that's not new that I talk about. It's just people keep telling me they have problems with their kidneys. So this hydronephrosis is swelling of the kidneys, and unfortunately, this can be quite common once you enter the carnivore sphere. And so there's that freaking message I got, and the guy that contacted me earlier today when I did a consultation, and he said he was following, Paul and the whole fruit thing, and I was like, if you lowered your protein and ate fruit, then it might solve the problem of the overconsumption of protein, but now you're dealing with sugar again, right? Especially in fruits, you're still dealing with the liver problem, right? Because all the fructose has to go to the liver. And it will help you hold on to your electrolytes, but you can't get enough glycogen storage from fruit. So therefore, your adrenals and then your thyroid take a hit. That is the reason why I'm really pushing higher in fat, medium to lower in protein. And if you guys are doing keto, a small amount of carbohydrate, although people don't understand, there are carbs in meat too. Okay, the kidney problem. This comes from people typically already having a poor biliary duct system. The piping is already off. They're already having problems, plus the pooping issue. Everything gets backed up, the liver gets backed up, everything gets backed up and clogged up in that system. And then people go and do, and then they have problems with their blood sugar. So here's another thing. You guys are now running out and checking your A1C. Now, this video has a lot to do with my sponsor, Let's Get Checked. You can go and get a test for your A1C without having to go to the doctor, your primary care, and all that to then get the numbers, to see the numbers. And also, you can test your GFR, which is your glomerular filtration rate, and look what's going on in your kidneys. Now, I had been talking about these tests all the time, and then the company was like, well, you're already talking about this stuff. Why aren't you able to make money off of it and then also be able to help people with this thing? So my code is Stephanie30, all caps, Stephanie30. But let's keep going because we're done with that stuff. When you check out your kidneys filtration rate, it's really important, especially on a carnivore diet, because often if your kidneys are functioning poorly, unfortunately, people develop a uric acid buildup. There are purines, and the effect is having uric acid from meat having to go through your kidneys. And when you're dehydrated, you don't have enough fluid, you drop your carbohydrate, which allows your body to hold on to water within the cell. And when you go and do a carnivore diet or keto diet, you're going to dump all that water. And if you don't, if you're not on your minerals or I have to always have water. Sorry, most people will not notice this in the beginning. I didn't notice it for years. Chronic dehydration, didn't have enough magnesium, didn't mind my water consumption. I wasn't paying attention to things. I was giving advice and I was telling people to take magnesium and doing all this stuff, but because I didn't feel that bad, I wasn't talking about my own when the rubber hit the road. I was like, skirt, I was like, oh, but I was fine like last week. So then you deny it some more and things get worse more. And then I was doing a lot of freaking spinach and high oxalate, plants with a lot of oxalic acid or oxalates. And I started having the same pain that this guy's going through, with that little message right there that's really small. You don't want to have poor kidney function or develop it, right? You had sort of a low GFR, so your GFR, the glomerular filtration rate, is going to be between 1 and 100, whatever. You really want to be above a 60. 60 is cutting it pretty thin, right? Low would still be 70. 80 is a bit better, but you want to be 90s or 100s. Or a little over 100. That's a really good range. A lot of people who end up taking that GFR test will find out that their kidneys are filtrating poorly, and then y'all are stuffing all the protein. I've got to keep constantly adjusting protein amounts and upping fat amounts to have people, one, make sure to not put a burden on their kidneys, because fat is not going to burden the kidneys or the liver. Or number two, to keep your blood sugar stable and to present ketones so you don't develop hypoglycemia and thyroid problems from doing carnivore, eating high protein, because eating too much protein is like eating a candy bar. Your body's going to take that excess protein and convert it back into glucose. You can't adapt. You can try to fast all you want, exacerbate the symptoms, and make you worse. People do these dumb diets and they feel better. And I say dumb because the way people approach it or the way it's taught. And they'll feel better in the beginning, and then after a while they stop losing the weight, and then they start developing hiccups. My hair fall out. Oh, my A1C started crying. First it was good. Now it's climbing up. First I lost weight. Now I'm plateauing, and none of these people know why. They'll go online. They'll hear this priming garbage, and I will say this again, because if I hear one more person saying, "Well, it's priming. They said to eat as much protein as possible," and there's a few people who've got notable names saying to eat as much protein as possible in the beginning phase. They don't say, hey, do you have poor kidney function? Because we don't want to give you kidney damage. No, they don't say that. I don't know why people don't use their brains and realize they're telling people to do stuff that can severely injure their body. I mean, you can't make this stuff up in a cookie box. Like what? A cookie box? Yes, a lot of you guys are having poor kidney function. You're having low liver function. You can't poop properly. And then you're going to eat a ton of beef. And then people say oh, if you're not crapping, it's because you're using all the protein. I mean, doctors are saying this. It's embarrassing. First they're like, oh, don't eat a bunch of red meat because you don't, it takes forever to digest. But now it's just evaporating poof into thin air because your body's using it. No, your body always has to eliminate what it cannot use, especially when dum-dums are eating pounds and a pound or more. If you're a woman, you shouldn't even hit a pound. You should be just under. If you're a man, you could be hitting a pound a little bit more, but you shouldn't even hit 2 pounds unless you're 6'7", freaking playing ball all day long, lifting, taking gear. If you're not doing that and you're super tall and you're not taking gear, why are you doing that? That protein's reconverting back into glucose. You can't keto adapt on it. And then you're fasting on top of that. You're becoming dehydrated. You are literally just completely putting a burden on your kidneys. And then people start developing high uric acid levels. And then comes the pain. And then comes the sores on the feet. Y'all, be careful. Stop including just the fat that's on a ribeye. That's not enough fat. It's not. You have to add fat in tablespoons. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you do that, then you don't have the requirement of all that stupid protein, right? That can't make you adapt. Your body can't use protein as energy. It's horrible. Talk about giving yourself hypoglycemia. You either have to eat carbs again, or you eat fat and try to get into ketosis, and you can't mix them. You can't be doing cyclic carnivore and cyclic ketosis. That doesn't exist. These are all BS lies. These are bullshit lies. Yes, people lie. Yeah, you think blah, blah, blah is lying? Yes! To me, by omitting the truth is lying. Period. I done it. They done it. Because everybody's going to have a hard day because you have to balance your blood sugar so much. Balance your sleep. Chemical exposure. The way you breathe. The way you sit. The way you stand. How much estrogen buildup do you have like trapped in that liver? There are so many things to consider. The quality of food. In freaking Texas, I couldn't get high food unless I drove a long time to this farm, which I found, but I didn't have a freezer enough to put the food in. So I was stuck eating stuff that's got like, corn and soy fed animal stuff. And that was making me tweak out. I was like, oh. So, yeah, that's what this video is about. Guys, be careful for your kidney function and your liver function, and then your thyroid, and then your uric acid level build up. And I wanted to show you, if you look at this again, this is so common. I get messages like this all day, every day. And just because it hasn't happened to you yet, doesn't mean it won't if you keep eating all that protein over time. Don't believe people that have been eating pounds of meat for 20,000 years because they're not honest. Sorry, they're not. That's just human nature. It just is. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. I'm working on this challenge, my people. I'm trying to get this thing done by February. Oh, Lord have mercy. We started the fencing on my property, so it's been hard to balance everything. It's like I'm trying to get my course on my site. I'm trying to create a challenge and trying to get content out to you. I could not freaking do a video all through Christmas. I was trying. I was like, I'd sit down. I was like, dang it, I got to do this. I'd sit down again. So now I sat down for a little bit more than 13 minutes, got the video in, don't have any time to go live, got a freaking headache because I didn't drink enough water because I've just been doing too much today, like getting that fence built and trying to work with clients. All right, energy at 55, soon to be 56, almost 16 years and counting in ketosis. I prefer to do the ketogenic diet, but I consult all three. Low carb, still starch based. We still eat carbs. I can teach you how to do it right without totally jacking yourself up. If you have weight loss goals, you've got to heal your body first. Understand hormones. Keto omnivore involves high fat with plants, where you get into ketosis, and carnivore, high fat carnivore. And if you want to sit and be strict, and if you want diamine oxidase production and to get rid of your leaky gut and histamine, make sure you eat tendons or bone meal down, fish bones, or anything that has a matrix that prebiotic fiber can grow onto, because we don't want monocultures in the gut. That'll keep the leaky gut and the holes open forever. Energy, energy, energy. You can also go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, to learn more. You can sign up for my course. Hello, can I talk? Sign up for my course through stephanieperson.com. Stay patient. I am working on updating all my meal plans. They are outdated for newbie beginners. They're great. They've got guides on how much and fat and all this. Otherwise, I'll have new ones coming out relatively soon if I can get my fencing done. I'm also going to finish my book, and I'm also going to put my course on my site. And what else? And I'm gonna run a challenge. So wish me luck, my people, and take care of animals, because I moved to raw land. For those who just found me, I left the Titanic of California and then moved to Texas and hated it. And then finally I bought my dream property in Tennessee with 2 horses and a donkey, all rescues. So those are the ones I work so hard for, because I don't have kids. Now I have to go. Energy! And we're going to talk about hormones. That's coming up. I got to teach women who are in their freaking menopausal age to take care of those kidneys. And then take care of those adrenals, because the adrenals are the most important when it comes to your sex hormones, peri and post. And pre. All the time. Men, you too, y'all got that andropause thing going on. Y'all have too much estrogen. Y'all are aromatizing. Oh, we got to go into antigens and lifting. So much to talk about. All right, don't forget to share this content, because that's how people find me. Hit the notification bell and all, so you get all the notifications when I upload. And follow my journey. I'm going to start doing some lifestyle vlogs on how I moved and how I took animals, big animals across the country, and how I am putting up the fence and building a home and doing everything on pennies on the dollar. So a lot of DIYs. You can follow me on Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic, and my Facebook, it's Stephanie the Business, as in the body business person. And I'm out. Peace, energy, and good life. Bye, guys. Energy.